What's up, guys? Sorry I haven't made any videos in the last little bit, a few days here. I've been trading almost every day, but I just haven't really made any videos because I haven't really. It's basically just been break even days. There hasn't really been any big trades to discuss. Even like today, it was basically a break even day. Unfortunately, it would have been a nice. Like I had a few nice shorts on this rail, and the main reason is because I could see the resistance forming here as soon as it hit like the 310 315 area. You see these big wicks in these candles showing that there was a lot of resistance coming up into this area here. And while I was looking at this, I was kind of like, anytime into this 310 area, it's looking like a short, right? And even here in this 304, like I saw it kind of consolidating in this. It was a bit of a like a pattern forming where I saw this resistance and then this consolidation where it would either break down below and break below the volume weighted average price and give us a nice move lower, or it would break up. So you saw here I tried to initially come in for the short. It kind of chopped me around a little bit, and the thing with this trade, it was kind of a shitty trade because of the slippage that ended up happening. Because what ended up happening was in these candles, it flashed down to 304, and like I was in at 304, so I was waiting and I saw it was hitting 310, it hit 315. There was this resistance forming, but if it could break this, then it could break out to new high of day, right? So I didn't want to get caught in that. So I was kind of just waiting for it to come back down. I was going to sell at 310. Then I saw 304 on the bid real quick, so I hit a market order to sell, and immediately flushed back up to, or pushed back up to 317. So it went from 304 on the bid to basically 317 in a nanosecond. Like in the second that I clicked the button, basically to cover my shares, it hit me for a 13-cent swing basically, and it was a loss trade. Instead of being a break-even trade, it ended up being a loss trade. I probably wouldn't have I wouldn't have sold at, if I knew I was going to be selling at 317. I probably wouldn't have sold at that. I probably would have put in a limit order or something, but I had no way of knowing it was going to shoot up so quickly. So that was unfortunately a little bit of a shitty trade there. Lost, it wasn't a big loss. It was like 30-40 bucks, but it was still, wasn't the greatest trade. But then immediately again, I saw the resistance forming, and it just couldn't break above the 320, 325 level. Really, it hit 328 for a second, but immediately came back down and never really saw any more strength in it. So I saw through the time and sales that it was probably going to be a short again, and I wanted to get in that area of resistance around the 315 320 area. So then I got in at 317 here, and we had this nice move down, and I held through this consolidation, and then through this move down lower. It hit 299, and it had done this here for a second where it hit 299 and that flashed back up, and then coming back up even to the 310s. So I kind of wanted to cover this trade here at 299. So basically just a break even trade, because I didn't want it to push back up into the into the 310s. So in hindsight, obviously it would have been nice to hold this trade all the way down to this bottom move here, even to this low here. But it showed strength throughout the day. It constantly kept coming back up and testing that level. So it never really gave you that push until lower, until basically the close. So I reshorted it again at the 286s, and I basically covered again for a break-even trade, because it didn't end up breaking this level here. It found support again at the 270 level, and it pushed back up, which I said like I said, it didn't come back down until the end of the day there. So I basically called it a day after those trades. I took three strikes on it, and it was basically done, and I was out, because I didn't want to sit here and keep racking up commissions, and I really wasn't seeing any more momentum in the market. I was watching PLTR here, and that was an interesting short. I should have traded it, but it's been so strong the last couple of days. I wasn't sure if it was just going to reverse right back again. I know a few other traders that made some money on it, so that's good for them. We'll see what happens in the next couple days. This might give us another short opportunity. So I'm gonna keep it on my watch list. But for right now, other than Rail, there was a few other trades earlier in the week, but they were basically break even. Nothing of real significance. It was kind of exactly what's been happening here. I've been noticing it's been a real choppy market the last few days. So it's been hard to find any quality setups or any continuation. There's been a lot of setups stocks that just shoot up real quick and then just sell off. So I was trying to short a few other stocks and I couldn't get fills, like Works. I was trying to short and I couldn't get fills on it. But it was, to me, a short setup right out of the gate today. And, I was looking to short it anywhere in the first few minutes up in the 250s. I wanted to short it up in here, and obviously I would have covered into this push down here. But I was trying to short it, at this level. Unfortunately, I couldn't get fills, and it wasn't available to short on my broke from my platform, so I had to step away. Obviously this was a nice short throughout the rest of the day here. You kind of get a really good short entry right here. This is kind of your consolidation below the volume weighted average price. This attempt to break again, and then this kind of resistance forming right along the VWAP, and then this small moving average starting to move lower and giving you this basically bear flag, this entry, because if this would have broken above the volume weighted average price and then held and consolidated higher, you would have wanted to maybe look for a move to the high side. But because it couldn't break above and was initially down, so like in one of these candles here, when you see it break but then immediately come back and you see this resistance forming, you can put in a short with your stop being the volume weighted average price. Obviously maybe a few, maybe 10 cents above it, just in case it does break above it and hold. But you have a pretty solid entry here, right, shorting right into this attempt of VWAP to break the volume weighted average price. Obviously knowing that the stock's been looking weak on the day, and getting that signal there is a good indication to short. So obviously if I could have got fills on this, I would have been shorting this, but unfortunately I couldn't get fills. But I could get filled on Rail, so I did try and take a short on that. Obviously it did work out. Unfortunately, I just ended up getting chopped around too much and wasn't able to make any money. I wasn't red on it, but wasn't anything to call home about. So basically break even after commissions. But yeah, if I wouldn't have got stopped out, like if this would have, when I hit this on the bid, if I would have got filled right on the bid where I thought at 304, I would have been break even, and it would have been a decent trade on the day. I would have been up 50, 60, 70 bucks on the day with that trade there. Unfortunately it didn't end up happening, and yeah, kind of got hit with some slippage. Unfortunately, it's not the broker's fault. It's just the stock ended up popping up 13 cents basically in less than a nanosecond. So nothing you can do about that, but take the loss, unfortunately. But that's what happened anyway. I'll be back at you Monday, hopefully, with another video, talk about some stocks that are popping up and some trades I'm going to make then, because this week has been very choppy, and I really haven't had any good trades. I haven't had any big losses, so it hasn't been like a huge red week, but I guess one of the days this week was pretty bad, and then I was able to make it up. But either way, it wasn't, I'll probably go over those trades on Monday. I was kind of not feeling the greatest about it, and the market was kind of giving me a little I was getting a little emotional, so I had to step away. But yeah, thank you guys for staying with me, and thank you for watching. I'll be back at you with another video on Monday, and hopefully go over some trades and go over some strategies with you guys. But hopefully you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. People in the States, I'm in Canada, but I still like watching football and going over some things with you guys. So let me know what you guys think of the video, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Have a great weekend, and happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. Have a good one.